All right, we're ready for another episode. About a minute ago, a truck went by that way. Very loud truck, probably this guy. And look at that sign. What'd I say? Then I tell you they're gonna start coming around with the license plates just to throw me off, so I can't tell who's federal agent and who's not. And there they go, right? Mixing it up, trying to get me to slip up. And there's the other guy over there hiding up front. But anyway, I came out here today to talk about how dirty the FBI is and how dirty they're willing to play just so they can increase their metrics and their numbers for this counterterrorism operations that they got going on, or I should say, national security or terrorism operations that they got going on. The truth is, very dirty. What is it gonna take so they can, get you on this list? Or if you're on the list, what are they willing to do so that they can try to get you triggered, right? I realize that they've been trying to get me triggered for some time before I even noticed that, everything was going on, but I wasn't triggered. I would see a lot of the gang stalking and I would explain it away. I would just be like, yeah, okay, that's weird, but whatever. That has nothing to do with me because I'm busy doing other things. And it wasn't until an event happened that I was like, then I became vulnerable. My mentality essentially was weakened. That's when they started piling it on, and that's when I started realizing a lot of this crap that's been happening and a lot of this crap that is currently happening is what do you call it? Is done by design, right? And one thing I will say is that they play very dirty, meaning they will find vulnerabilities in your life and they will exploit it, right? They will find individuals in your life, they will exploit it. That's why they go to your neighbors' homes and they talk to them saying, hey, you might know this individual. He may be, like they're not gonna say he's doing. They may say he may be doing XYZ, he may be involved in XYZ, or they may just straight up lie, depending on if you've been placed on the list by one of their constituents or someone they know who they're doing a favor for, right? So that's what you'll see a lot of. One thing that I really want to talk about that I've seen a lot of on the news is that they will use a cheating spouse or a cheating partner to get to you, right? Because the cheating partner is already discarding you. They're already, they're ready to discredit you. Chances are they don't want to be in the relationship, but they're too, chicken coop stuff to call it quits. So instead of just calling it quits, they're willing to throw you under the bus even more, by the FBI. A lot of narcs use this tactic, right? And it's very unfortunate that this is something that your taxpayers are paying. You're paying people to lie on other people so that they can increase their metrics for in terms of the domestic terrorist watch list and national security, right? So you're paying for all that. That's essentially what I had for us today and for this episode, is that the FBI plays dirty. Like they are, I'm gonna say it, not all of them, majority, right? Most FBI agents are really good people. And I've had the pleasure of working with some really cool agents who, believe in the mission of keeping America safe, American citizens safe. They really believe in that. And they literally put their life on the line so that they can make sure that you're safe. But every now and then, just like anything, in the Intel age, in industry community, just like anything in the Intel community. Look at this guy. You see the blinking light down there? You just, and look at him. He's on, off. Like, let me stop. Like, look at him. Look at him. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a perfect example of what they do with the lights, right? They do it to try to get you to have what do you call it? Epilepsy is what I think. But they only started showing it after I said, okay, they're trying to induce epilepsy, which is likely just them messing with my head, and it's not doing anything, because not everyone is what's the word, vulnerable to that form of strategy, right, of being epileptic. So maybe they figure, okay, maybe they see my EEGs and know that I am capable of being induced to seizure by flashing lights. Boop. I thought that was my turn. Anyway, maybe they see that and see that I'm able to be induced seizurely with flashing lights, so they use it. Or maybe not. But that fool back there, and I've posted some other episodes of those lights, of them trying to intimidate, right? Trying to scare you. Oh my God, no, they're trying to give me epilepsy. Oh no, I shouldn't walk anymore. I shouldn't go anywhere. I should just stay at my home and be afraid. My guy, like, chill out with that stuff, seriously. But anyway, going back to what I was talking about, a lot of them really believe in the mission, and a lot of them, just like in the Intel community, a lot of them they're just operating on bad intel. And it's like that if you're part of a group of people who have very specialized skills and very specialized knowledge, and not many people outside of that community can relate to what you do every day. You're gonna have, like, a lot of people, not all of them, a lot of them will have this really clicked up mentality, right? Where if you, I don't know if you just noticed that cop there, he had the colors on his car too, right? Black, white, orange, and whatever, so that when I see a cop car, I will be triggered, right? That's the whole plan here, is because they're trying to keep themselves safe and whatever. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Anyway, a lot of them, they have this special mindset that we're special. It's us against the world. And when you are in that community, the number one thing you do is you try to protect each other. Now, if you have really bad, psychotic behavior type mentality, which unfortunately a lot of them do, they have this God complex because they have special access to intel, special access to your tax money, special access to basically a lot of stuff, right? So then they do stupid stuff like this just because, let's say for instance, you have a partner that through their escapades found one of these intel folk, and now they're smearing and talking trash about you to them. All of a sudden you're the world's worst person, and all you can do is observe, right? Observe as they think you are a literal terrorist doing all this stuff. And literally, I'm just walking up and down the street, y'all. I know y'all see me. And all they want to do is harass, so that you can flip. And when you do, that's when they can say, oh look, I told you he was a bad guy. I told you underneath he had all these violent tendencies and blah 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 blah. Which is really from your secluded partner that's just jealous of you that they can't have you anymore. And that, yes, that is very specific, because that is my story. That is my life right now that I am living, where I can't go for a walk without recording it and showing y'all just how bad it can really get. Because sometimes I'm like, dang, look at this, right? Because sometimes I'm like, dang, they must have every perp in Tampa on me, right? Because I know that what is it? It's something like 15 or 18 federal agents can be watching you at one point. But I mean, this is not watching someone. If you wanted to watch me, you could have easily had Tampa police install cameras on these light poles, right? You could have easily had Tampa police install cameras on any one of these light poles. Easily, right? Or, just use dash cams on these cars, or continue, or, use more of these surveillance containers. Like, it's really easy to spy on someone, but they want to do more than spy on you, right? Or survey, quote unquote. They want to do more than that. They want to harass at the same time and make sure that you don't come out of your house, make sure that you are financially disrupted, and make sure that your civil liberties and civil whatever you call it is all whack, right? Make sure all that is whack. And you see the white car down there with the bright lights, and Buddy came out this house with the trash. Essentially, they're trying to make sure that I don't do anything stupid to the people who live next door, who are essentially informants, right? They place informants next door to you, here, there, everywhere, and they move them around on a regular basis. So that's what I had for us today.